Hello there, and welcome to a daily discovery of Copy Kitty. This is kind of a sort of frenetic action, sort of platforming game where you just run through, and I'm just gonna like start right up in here and be showing you stuff as I talk about it. It's, as you can see, it has this really distinctive visual style, kind of, I don't know, not quite like Matrix-y, but the story, which I haven't shown you any like parts of the story yet, but it's kind of, the idea is that this is a sort of training program that this main character's uncle made for her. I think it's a female sort of anthropomorphic cat, and so this is a sort of training program to help her figure out her combat skills, and she is able to, if you look and see these kind of glowing sort of glyphs, these will give different powers to Copy Kitty, and those different powers will have different effects on your sort of different types of attacks. And wow, wait, am I in endless mode? I'm not sure what I'm doing here. There's all different kinds of crazy enemies, like this is like a sheep with wheels that became kind of crazy and intense. I think I'm in a sort of endless mode right now, which is kind of funny. I meant to show you the story mode. Yeah, I went on endless mode. Here, I'll show you the story mode, because that will kind of just ramp up a little more gradually. So this is a game that's on Greenlight currently, and it's trying to, but it is available. This is the full game, available for download for free. And if it does get on Greenlight, they're planning to create a sort of special edition of the game with extra content, and that will be like a paid game. But if this game looks interesting to you, you can go and get it and play it right now for free. So as I was sort of starting to get into, you get all these different powers from these glyphs that are floating around. This is the bounce laser, so it's kind of bouncing on the walls, and that will allow you to destroy the targets in just this first level here. But you also, in addition to getting those different powers, this is the force power, which sort of tracks enemies a little bit, a bit of a homing effect. And if I can get another glyph, here's another one. Oh, that was just more force. So enemies will be using sort of similar powers, actually like literally like the same kind of stuff. And so when you kill an enemy using a certain power, then you'll get one of the sort of glyphs from them, and you'll be able to use that attack. And if you can see in the top left corner, there's sort of bars, 3 rotating bars that show how much energy I have of each of the main attacks. And if I run out of energy, then I'll just have to use a different attack, or I'll have to use my like basic attack, which is just a very weak sort of laser shot. So here I got a new lightning attack, and what you'll start to see is as you get some other attacks from other kinds of enemies that, like, I think this one appears to be glowing with one of the glyphs. Yeah, this has bounce. So I have electric and bounce powers currently, so I can press my sort of secondary attack button to do an electro bounce attack, which I'm doing right now. And then here's back to my regular electric attack. I mean, obviously, it's pretty like kind of frenetic looking, and apologies for the quality of the video. I've been having a little troubles with, and I think it's because there's just so much going on. But don't be put off by if my video looks weird. The game itself is very like crisp, you know. So apologies for that. But you know, not to say that it isn't kind of that I wouldn't necessarily take any issue with kind of the way the graphics are so frenetic, but there's, I don't know, there's kind of an earnestness to it and a sincerity to it, and it just really goes for what it wants to be, and it's a little hard for me to criticize it, because I feel like I don't know if I love the graphics looking like this, but they just really are what they are, and I don't know, like, it's kind of like, if that's what's intended, then, you know, go for it, to a certain degree, because I don't know, it's just, it has a strong sense of, like, sort of personal identity, and, but yeah, but I'll think about that more and report back in the Tumblr post that I'll attach with this, as usual. But what I don't know if I got around to saying this, but yeah, so if you have more than one power, like right now I have Tornado and Plasma. Oh yeah, I did sort of start to say this, but there's just so many different combinations. This is like that's a mixture of Tornado and Plasma attacks. It's this kind of giant plasma rainbow rocket upward thing. Normal Tornado is just this sort of green upward attack, and then Spring Shower is when you have Tornado and this beam attack, and yeah, so all I think the entire game takes place in this sort of digital world where everything's in the background's kind of shifting. And oh yeah, I did want to show off this level though, because this is a really cool level. In a kind of Mega Man X sort of way. I mean, a lot of games do this, but you get to, well, I won't spoil it, but I might die. That would suck. Okay, yeah, I did this, my first time through, I did this without dying, but I don't know if I'll be able to replicate that performance. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now I can control this giant robot. And the graphics, I believe, are the sprites for the main character and like this boss and stuff are appear to be pre-rendered from 3D models. So the game itself is 2D, but these graphics, the sprites were like made using 3D models, I believe. And it's a really cool and unique look. It kind of, I don't know, brings me back a little bit to sort of PlayStation era games. I don't know, I kind of have a soft spot for pre-rendered graphics. It's a really sort of unique and interesting look. And here's my evil twin who I can fight here. And I defeated him. And throughout the game, the main character Boki is speaking to their uncle Savant, who created this training program. And they have some like sort of very cute dialogue with a lot of personality, and I really do appreciate that. In some ways, I kind of wish that there was a little bit more of not necessarily story, because a lot of it is just kind of arcade style fun. Like endless mode is above mission mode, so. But here, so like when you first boot it up, it pops you into this training, and you see Boki's room, and you get a special delivery, and this is how this whole game starts. And you run over and get this package, and it's from your uncle, and it's this training program that the rest of the game consists of. But I actually, when I first opened this up, I was pretty into the visual style of Boki's room, and it has a lot of nice personality, and I'm like a little bit like, I don't know, I'm a little bit bummed that there isn't more of that the entire rest of the game is only kind of this Matrix-y sort of computer world, which I believe that's true. I don't know if there is if the game goes in unexpected directions later on, but I'm pretty sure the rest of the game is all looks in this sort of style. And basically, I mean, you can see what it looks like from watching, although it looks more crisp and less sort of weirdly artifacty than it probably will in this video. But you know, it will definitely be too flashy for some people, and yeah. But I think I do really like the style of that one room, and maybe that's just not what the game is about, but I don't know. So that's kind of a sense of this. It definitely takes a while and a little bit of commitment, because there's just all these different combinations, and you're like, what is this even going on at first? So there's a sense of, you're not, especially starting out, you're not always going to know what's going on. You're just kind of like doing stuff, but it's not overly difficult at the beginning, so you kind of can get your bearings. But you know, it's you know, it's a really interesting game with a lot of charm and personality and a lot of polish, and it's very kind of committed. There's this cool extra screen with art gallery that you appear to unlock. I'm not totally sure. Yeah, and it tells you how you unlock each of these things. And there's like behind the scenes art gallery. And so it's a very full and very like full of personality experience. And I would definitely recommend checking out if this looks really appealing to you. So I'll have my full thoughts in the Tumblr post, and I'll link to the game so that you can find it out, and to the Greenlight page so that you can vote for it if you want to see it on Steam. So this has been a Daily Discovery, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.